Welcome back to the County Seat. We're talking today about air quality along the Wasatch Front. So far, it's been a pretty good conversation. I posed a question just as we went into the break about the cost of maybe doing fuel conversions and some of the things that we could voluntarily do, but federal regulations make them too expensive. And I wanted to toss that out to the group and get your different perspectives on it. Jonathan, we'll let you lead the way.
You know, I could jump in. What businesses, big businesses do, they can make big changes, and they've put scrubbers in their smokestacks, and those changes have largely been made. But what individuals can do is hard and expensive because of EPA government regulation. There are commercial alternatives, like you've mentioned, that make conversion to cleaner fuels easy, but the EPA hasn't approved them yet. That's something that needs to happen quickly, and whether it's the legislature or the business community lobbying the EPA to make those changes, it's something that needs to happen.
Do we have enough leverage to make that happen?
I think we do, and there are some pushes in that direction as well. Last legislative session, actually, a Canadian certification is now can be used to get the tax credit that we have for a clean fuel vehicle conversion. And so it is moving that direction at the state level as well to make sure that those options are available. I think the other big key is infrastructure. I actually drive a converted natural gas vehicle. What made me change was the fact that Questar put in a fueling station between my house and the freeway. It's actually now more convenient for me to use natural gas than it would be to drive across the freeway to the nearest gas station. And so infrastructure is important as well, and so we need to find ways to make sure that that's available. Right now it's very convenient. Of course, gas stations are everywhere. These natural gas refueling stations are few and far between right now, but we're moving in that direction.
Well, the governor's very committed to this, if I'm not mistaken. He really wants to push this.
Oh, it just makes so much sense for Utah. The fact that it's produced locally, the fact that we mentioned refineries, those are located in the valley with us. Natural gas, however, comes out of the ground almost in the same form that it goes into the gas tank on the car. And so there's not refining that has to happen here in the valley. It's transported by pipeline, so there's much less overall impact with the natural gas. And again, it's something that's clean burning, it's produced in Utah, it just makes a lot of sense.
All right, well, on infrastructure, it seems natural to throw this to you now, Bret, because you are on the UTA board, so your turn.
Well, as far as infrastructure goes, and has been pointed out, agencies and businesses, everybody can play a role, and they're moving in the direction of making improvements. Take UTA, for example. There's been a push to convert the bus fleet into compressed natural gas. So we're moving in that direction. Exploring other technologies. There's a wireless electronic transfer technology that's being demonstrated. You look at just even the other infrastructure as far as expanding the options in the transit industry. We have commuter rail, we have light rail, we have the bus system, and then it's incorporating it all together. So it's a broad spectrum of things, and utilizing new technologies as they come along.
You know, on that very issue, there are some pragmatic things that become a problem. I sometimes am reluctant to take mass transit downtown. I would from my home, but if the play's late and I don't get out till after 11, I'm worried about whether I can actually get back home. And so, you know, and I don't know which one you come first, because you got to have utilization to make it work. And how do you address some of those problems?
Well, the kind of underlying thing is it takes money to operate these things, and whether it's including new technologies or expanding service and things of that nature, and people have got to be willing to put their money where their mouth is to a large degree.
Yeah, I think infrastructure follows use. Bryce talked about we don't have enough natural gas fueling stations. I think that's because it's so expensive to convert engines to that. If that gets cheaper, consumers will do it, and the market will follow by putting fueling stations up. When people make a habit of using public transportation, it will make sense for UTA to expand their schedules. Market follows action. I really think this starts at the individual level, around the kitchen table, in family rooms, with families discussing what can we do, how can we change our habits to make the air cleaner. And when lots of people do that, business follows, because business is in the business of making money and going where the demand is.
Very good. That's a good point to pause on. We will come back and we'll talk about the individual mandate in our clean air quest when we come back on the county seat. Thanks for sticking with us. It's been a good conversation so far. We'll see you in just a minute.
The best part about raising children here in Vernal and the Uinta Basin is just the smaller community that makes you feel like when you go somewhere, you know everybody.
So we packed up our 3 kids and here we came to Uinta County, and what a great place it was. What a great move. Great schools, great outdoor activities, just a really great place to raise your family.
My father, he was an engineer for Chevron, retired 39 some odd years. And Jeff, my husband, it's the same way. He's always worked in the oil and gas, always had a job here. And with that industry, when it does good, the whole valley thrives.
Uinta Basin's been fantastic in supporting what we've tried to do both as a business and also in the development of mountain bike trails and the sport of mountain biking.
I'm able to run up to a beautiful place like this and spend some good quality time. It's one of the big reasons why I live where I live.
And that makes it just a wonderful place to have little ones like this.
Along Interstate 70 and Highway 89 is an area that is rich with high mountain peaks, vast forests, lakes, streams, historical sites, and a climate that is perfect for outdoor adventures, no matter what the season. Whether you visit Sevier County to catch one of the many celebrations, experience a country-style county fair, or be part of various concerts, sports, or equestrian events, you will be greeted by local residents with a smile and a welcoming hand. In the center of it all, Sevier County.
Have you ever wanted to recreate the world around you? Add some excitement, culture, adventure? Well, there's no need to remake the world when that perfect combination already exists. Just remember 4 words. Welcome to Weber County. In Ogden, you'll find everything you're looking for, from the top of Powder Mountain to the restaurants of our revitalized downtown. Ogden, Utah, mountain to metro, and everything in between. Visit Ogden.com.